Hey, good morning, everybody. Friday. Happy Friday. That's a good thing, right?
It is.
We made it to the end of the week. Fantastic. You know what else it is? It's David's birthday today. He's 53 years old today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we are here, the Human Empowerment Experience, here to motivate you, to empower you to be your very best. And David is an Russian kettlebell certified kettlebell trainer. And I am the trainee. So you get to learn. I get to ask all the questions that you really want to ask when we're training, like why do we do that? How can we stand like that? What does this do for your body? So I get to ask those questions and learn at the same time. I'm so fortunate. This morning, I just want to talk a little bit about being grateful for what you have in your life and really enjoying the little things that we have. Like we made it another year. It's your birthday.
I did.
And celebrating that and really taking the time to acknowledge that, enjoy it, really
Reflect on what that means.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have a great day today after a workout. We're gonna work a little bit and then we're gonna head out and spend the afternoon together. Hopefully get outside into this beautiful weather we have here in the state of Maine. But this morning we're gonna get started with some kettlebell workout.
Yes.
And by the way, if you're watching this, whether it's live now or as a replay, don't forget to type in the bottom what you're grateful for. What are a couple of the things that you're grateful for this morning? Gosh, we can think of all kinds of things.
Lots of things. Lots of things. Shall I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm really super grateful for my dog. I can't believe how close I am to my dog. It's really ridiculous. Yeah.
She's
Had her for.
By the way, I would sing happy birthday, but probably would not be a good idea.
Super grateful for Miss Kendra.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you. We are a power couple. Always wanted to have a relationship with that we're on the same level of thinking.
Congruent.
We have the same type of goals. We support each other. We believe in health and fitness, and we also help empower others with their best life as well. So it's a lot of fun when you're in sync with somebody. Okay, so before we start our warm up, we are going to be doing a warm up, so everybody hop up off their cups. Terry Whitney, hi Terry. Good to see you. I love your posts. We're doing something fun outside. And we have John and Rosebud. Good morning. Rosebud's waiting this morning. So happy to have all of you here with us this morning. All right, let's get started with a little bit of a warm up this morning. It is Friday, so we get up this morning. Well, we went to bed a little bit later than normal because we were watching the presidential debate, which we won't discuss. But we get up this morning because it's amazing how just 2 hours later at night.
Oh yeah, I had a rough time getting out of bed this morning.
Yeah, I hopped right out of bed. I'm an easy person to wake up. Like as soon as my eyes open, I can literally hop out of bed, start the coffee, do a post. My eyes are halfway open, but it's easy for me to wake up and get going, and it's not always
easier than me, that's for sure.
Yeah, but going with some
warm-ups.
We lost you.
Just say no.
Hey.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. We're back. I have my Instagram and we have it sitting up on our studio.
Sometimes they fall.
And it fell forward. So sorry about that. I'm sorry that I dropped you guys. Getting back to our warm up here.
All right.
Just gonna warm the body up.
Let's get moving, shall we?
Just a little bit of a hop. So this feels good on the feet, the legs, and if you drop your shoulders now when you're doing it gets all that tension and stress out of your neck and shoulder area. Just loosen your arms. You just want your arms to be nice and loose. Loose as a goose. And if you don't want to jump, you can just go like this. But it feels really good and just gets all of the blood going, the cells popping. This one's one of my favorites too. It's just dropping your arms down, and we're heading down with our pinky. So pinky faces down, and it's like we're wicking water off your hands. Like pretend you're in, I always think of the airport. In the airport, and you just wash your hands, and there's no, you can't get there's no paper towels, so you just like that. This is our gratitude. It's actually doing a couple of different things. We're tapping the body, getting the cells alive, but we're also thinking what we are grateful for this morning as we open up our arms and bring our chest out. Our hearts are meeting the universe. We can even close your eyes if you want and just think about the things that you're grateful for this morning. This is the move it or lose it move. I say that every time we do this. And just getting all of our joints warmed up, really super important as we get older, to move your hips, ankles, shoulders, all of these joints. They actually get stuck if you're not moving them. Especially those of you who are sitting at a job at home. You know, you need to get up and move.
Yes.
Move your hips. You can do this one too. This one's cool because you can incorporate your feet in with it. So you can do this however you want. But it just kind of gets things warmed up before we get started with the kettlebell. You know what I like about Fridays?
What do you like about Fridays?
We don't work out on Saturday and Sunday. So we can sleep in. Get a little extra rest. I'm actually taking a webinar about sleep. Dr. Zach Bush, if you haven't looked him up, you need to look him up.
Cool.
He's amazing, but he's doing a webinar about sleep and body restoration. So I'll bring that information to you. And we all know that we need to get sleep, but I really would like to know from him his thoughts on how much sleep we should be getting and how to restore the body. So we're going down to the mat.
Come on down.
When it's me to get down there.
Yeah. Whew. Grab the back of the legs.
Yes.
Tuck your chin.
My legs.
Come on. Yours. Sorry, yours. Don't grab the back of your neighbor's legs.
Okay.
All right. Tuck your chin and roll back.
This is like a back massage.
It is. It's wonderful. Feel where you're touching the ground as you roll back. Okay, now roll back, turn the feet. Now you're gonna, at the top, switch to the other way.
This gets the sides. Everybody's watching us going, what on earth?
Okay. Let's stand up. Oh,
It's how it's Friday.
yes. It's Friday.
All right. So now we get to grab our kettlebells. What are we up to first?
Just start with the larger ones.
Okay.
We'll
My larger one.
Yes.
And we're getting some hearts. Who's giving us hearts on Facebook?
Is it Val?
I'm gonna go see.
Val's the queen of hearts.
We have Kevin, my friend Kevin, who is amazing. He is a bodybuilder.
Nice. Woo. All right. Shall we?
Well, let me adjust.
All right.
You ready?
Put the feet on either side of the
Oh,
kettlebell.
we got it.
Fold at the hip. Keep your back flat. Seat your shoulders. Grab the kettlebell handle. Drive into your heels. Push the hips forward. Nice and slow. Go back down.
want to engage your abdominal muscles as well. So strong core, shoulders seated, hips back when you go down. And you can grip into the floor with your toes.
Now, we're going to sit back in exactly the same way. The kettlebell is going to remain where it is. Bend your elbows, bring it to your chin. Go as low as you can in your squat. All right, let's bring the kettlebell around the body.
You know, it's really amazing how much we use our toes. The good thing to try is standing in tree pose, which is just standing up with your arms to your side, and then lift your toes up, all 10 toes, and then try to set them down one at a time onto the ground. It's not easy to do, but as you lift your toes up and put them down like that, you can see how much of a grip that you actually use to be able to stay grounded when you're working out or doing other things. We use our toes for a lot.
Bring it to one side.
Suitcase.
Bring your feet a little closer together. Start by just passing the kettlebell back and forth.
And I'm still using my hips doing this. I mean, I'm using my arms, but.
Now bring it a little higher.
And this is where you really want to use your hips. So this isn't stretching out your shoulder joints. This is using your hips. Bring that up.
That's it. Very nice. All right, so we're going to go overhead.
Oh my. I'm going to go down to the smaller one.
Take your kettlebell and swing it to the rack position. Press it overhead.
Now,
Return.
on this, I'm going to make sure that my arm is right up against my ear and my wrist is straight.
Press again.
The form is really important when you're doing any kind of lifting or any kind of exercise, even in, if you're doing yoga or running, you don't want to be doing it with
Change hands.
with the wrong form. And doing this with the correct form actually changes your brain. It actually imprints in your subconscious or your unconscious mind, so that when you go to do the exercise, you're automatically going to use the correct form once you've trained your body and your brain.
Once those tracks are laid, exactly.
So it's not just about the body knowing things. It literally makes an imprint in your subconscious mind or unconscious mind.
Changes your functional movement patterns. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick the kettlebell up in one hand, bring it to the side.
Suitcase style.
Shift all of your weight onto the same leg so the other foot is light. Touch the toe behind you, just for balance. Now I'm going to fold at the hip, lowering the bell, and bring it back up.
You can bring your knee up in the front if you want to.
Keep your supporting leg straight. Keep your shoulders seated. Keep your back flat.
Coming in.
2 more. This always reminds me of those little devices from the 70s with the little bird, a glass of water, and it continuously dips back and forth. You remember those?
Yep.
Change hands. You got to be like my age, your age, to remember those. They even
Yeah. But you remember
everyone had
Do you
one.
remember those birds, those walking birds? It was also in the 70s.
What?
Or the dog leash without the,
Oh,
the dog, the invisible dog. Okay, I have to stop and laugh about that one. Oh my God, everybody had an invisible dog. Didn't have to feed it.
All right.
This is harder on.
It's difficult balance exercise.
Yeah, it's a great balance exercise.
Okay, put the kettlebell on the floor, feet on either side. Lock your legs, right? Lift by lifting your knees up, firing your quads. Fold at the hip. Keep your back flat. Grab the kettlebell handle. 2 hands. Pull yourself down, stretching your hamstrings.
And your lower back. This is actually, and I'm tucking my tummy in as well. Just want to get a nice stretch. You don't want to feel any pain. You just want to go down as low as you can and get a nice stretch.
Now, bring your feet up. You're going to take one foot and you're going to step over the other. So you're going to cross your legs. Now, fold at the hip and sit back. Grab the kettlebell.
That feels great.
Pull.
That feels great on the standing leg.
Yeah, it locks it, doesn't it?
Just getting a nice good stretch in the hip area and the back of
in the back of the knee, huh?
the pelvis.
Come back up. Change feet. You're going to step across the other way. Fold at the hip. Grab the bell.
And the other thing is you don't want to overextend your knees. So they're solid, they're tight, but they're not so tight that you're overextending them.
And come back.
That's how I've injured my knees in the past. Is
Yeah, a little overdoing it.
Yeah, overextending the knees back.
Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of lunges. We're going to do these stepping backward. So the kettlebell will be in the racked position, and I'm going to step back with the opposite leg. Touch the toe, touch the knee, and come back. Now, here's the real key with this stuff. If you really want, if you really want to make this a much more advanced exercise, what you're going to do is this. Very gently touch the toe with almost no weight. Come down, touch the knee, or bring it just off the floor. Now, one way of doing this is to pick the foot completely up and touch the knee. Right? This is where the
hard part about that is keeping your body.
Keeping it aligned.
Yeah.
Precisely.
That's where I would go wrong.
Fire your core hard. Try and put your knee down as gently as possible. Try and keep your toe, keep your leg up off the ground, touching your toe and your knee as gently as possible. And in the end, touching just your knee. You'll feel what this does. Bring the kettlebell to the rack. Back with the opposite leg. 1.
I could have used a heavier kettlebell. Seems really light to me.
3.
Squeeze your glutes as you come up. You want to use a weight that's challenging to you.
Change hands.
Wherever you are. In some days, just because you used a heavy weight yesterday doesn't mean you're going to be able to use it today. Your body changes every day. And you want to challenge yourself. You also want to make sure that you're listening to your body. Not every day is going to be the same in terms of what your body is going to be able to do. I do that a lot. I'll kick it out of the park one day and I'm like, okay, I did this yesterday, and I start doing my workout the next day and go, wait a minute, it doesn't feel the same. So you kind of have to, make sure you're paying attention.
So
your body.
this one is a little bit complicated, but I think you can handle it. You're going to have the kettlebell. Let me show it to you first. From the rack position with the kettlebell, I'm going to take the other hand and I'm going to over grip it. I'm going to bring it down to my hip and back up. But as I do, I'm going to shift my weight. So as I go to the left hip, as I go across to the opposite hip, I bring this foot back.
Sort of like a skater, not as deep as a skater lunge, but that's what it reminds me of.
When I come to the other foot, I'm going to pick this foot up. So it goes low, high, low, high. Give it a try. Bring it to the rack position.
Okay.
Over grip with the other hand.
Yes.
Bring it across into the hip. Shift over.
But this is
And back. And down. 2.
so my knees are kind of staying bent the whole time. Sort of, is that true? Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Look. I wasn't doing it right.
You have the opposite leg?
No, I was keeping the kettlebell up on both sides. Probably should have used a heavier one for this one too. Sometimes you just don't know until you try it. And then if you're not feeling challenged,
Now bring it across to the other shoulder.
Then you want to
Change your
heavy
grip.
one. Okay.
Other hand on the bottom. Over grip with this one. Bring it across and down. And up.
And sometimes you'll work with a smaller kettlebell, and once you get the hang of the form, which this one's a new one for me, and then you can go to a heavy. But I feel like it's definitely working my core. Is that true? Am I doing it right then? This is a new one, so that's why I ask a lot of questions, because I want to make sure that I'm working the correct muscles.
These, this series, you can bring them across on top, you can bring them across on bottom, or you can do the diagonal like we just did. There's different variations on it, but they're all obviously going to challenge your core.
Yeah.
These strengthen the ligaments on the sides of your knees, the medial collateral and lateral collateral ligaments.
The lateral collateral.
Lateral collateral ligaments. Yes.
Okay, that's a new one for me. Lateral collateral.
Absolutely. If you're somebody like me who's had a couple of knee injuries, done gently, they will strengthen your knees and strengthen the connective tissue on the sides of your knees. Done incorrectly, and they'll make it worse. So, take your time. Feel it. Don't torque your knee. Don't twist. Keep your knee aligned.
You know what's cool about kettlebell is that kettlebell helps fix old injuries.
It does.
So if you've been injured in the knee or the shoulder or whatever, that kettlebell work actually fixes that.
A lot of people, I've heard so many times people say, I would love to work out, but I've hurt my back. That's why you want to use kettlebell, because it's a very lightweight in comparison to other resistance training exercises, and you never bend your back. I tell people you could have spinal fusion from your tailbone to your head, perfectly straight, never bending your, not even at all be able to bend your back. You'd actually be a better kettlebell person than somebody who didn't, because you never bend your back in kettlebell. You always keep it straight.
We have on Instagram and Facebook. Amy's the fan of the day. Thank you, Amy, for
Amy's
joining
a
us.
super fan.
Whoa!
Okay. Nice.
Wow! Amy's energy is.
To be fair, I moved that earlier because I was thinking of doing some stuff on the wall. So we don't have a ghost.
Well, we might have those, but
Okay,
this actually, just in case I.
you just lost. We're having technical difficulties today.
No.
Everything's falling off. It's not an earthquake.
Yeah, it's kind of bounced back, but no, so we just
Actually,
put
that was
it was Boo
Boo.
that up there and knocked it over. But and look, you want to work out with this, Betsy? I know, you're so cute. You blended into the mat.
Okay.
There really is a dog here. I can't see her.
Great place. Okay, so shall we do something cardio?
I think I can do the bigger one.
Well, we're going to do the five tiers.
Okay.
Swing, high pull, rack and press, snatch, squat.
Is that the 5 crying tears?
Yes.
Or the 5
5 tiers of happiness.
Sounds like a Chinese dish.
It was named by a heavy metal singer that used to be a kettlebell trainer, a kettlebell student of mine.
There isn't one in between these two? No?
There is not.
Okay. This
Okay.
seems light and that seems heavy. So that's
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what happens. Okay, so
Ready?
again, swing, high pull, rack and press, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top with the snatch, re-rack it and squat. And then you change hands, that's the swing, and high pull this side. So it's a continuous exercise, 5 exercises on each side. The changing of the hand is the swing. We're going to do 5 on each side. So stay with us. Put your kettlebell in the position and swing. High pull. Rack it. Press. All the way to the bottom, all the way to the top. Snatch. Re-rack it and squat. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. Squat. That's 1. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. Squat. Change hands. High pull. Rack it. Snatch. And that's 2. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. Squat. Change. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. 3. All the way to the top, to the bottom. Last step.
Oh, oops. That was the end.
Set it down.
So I have had time with this.
Oh, the high pull?
Yeah, it was, I don't think I had my hands positioned correctly. It was floppy. What do you think?
Fire your core. Work with your toes. This is more about stability than anything else. The strength of your body cannot be, one piece cannot be any stronger than the rest of your body. It might even be able to grow the size of the muscle, but you're not going to be able to use it in any functional way unless your body systemically can support what it is that you're picking up. It's as simple as that. If your arm picks up 100 pounds, your shoulder is picking up 100 pounds plus your arm. Your core is picking up 100 pounds plus your arm, plus the other arm, and the upper body. So whatever you do, the core is doing more. Whatever you do with your arm, the core is doing more.
And it should be.
And it should be.
So
that's right. So if you figure out, if you put yourself into a machine and then isolate a muscle, you may be developing that one muscle for show, but for functional strength, you must have the rest of the supporting substructure behind it. That's what kettlebell does for you. Everything you do with kettlebell is completely functional strength. That's why combat sports people do kettlebell. Bodybuilders isolate muscles. This is important.
But you could, as a bodybuilder, though, you could do kettlebell training.
I say this in general. I've known bodybuilders that do lots of functional strength. And obviously the core exercises, deadlift and squats, which you guys do for building the core, it's very important.
But somebody could do kettlebell and lift weights.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, it's not, you don't have to spend hours in the gym, but if you do a 20-minute kettlebell workout every day and then do your weight training, you're building the functional stuff of your body as well as some of the bigger muscles.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, we're at time. It's oh yeah, I know. We're actually over time. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. We started early.
Okay.
Okay, well, we haven't done a swing out, so you guys will have to do that one on your own. Unless you want to do it now. Want to swing out?
I think we should do at least 50 swings.
50 swings. You heard Miss Kendra has put, blame Miss Kendra. She's the one that said this. Okay.
I just feel like I'm going to do my bigger one.
You're going to do the 16? All right.
Yeah, we're not done yet. What are you talking about? Just because it's your birthday today doesn't mean you're going to get away with a scary little workout.
50 swings. Grab your bell. Here we go.
Make sure you're really using your hips to sweep your shoulders. Fire your core.
That's 10.
Your toes.
$20. 40.
Yeah. That's good. Great workout. Get some cardio in there. Wow. Well, if you haven't gone on yet and wished David a happy birthday.
You don't need to do both. Kettlebell training combines all of your cardio, all of your resistance training, coordination, balance, everything together. We have one guy here, Ricky, saying he doesn't have time to do both.
We don't do both. I'm just saying that if you're the reason I said that is I have some hardcore bodybuilders in our audience, and I was saying for those people who do spend a lot of time in the gym or working out or in competition, they can do kettlebell and bodybuilding, but you don't need to. We don't. I used to be just plain bodybuilder, just weightlifting.
Here's my challenge for you bodybuilders out there. Pick up a 53-pound kettlebell and do 10 minutes of snatches. In that 10 minutes, you'll get an hour's worth of workout of isolating muscles. Try it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Bring a bucket.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So if you haven't, as I was saying earlier, because David, you were reading, if you want to stand up, because we lose you when you do that.
All right.
I can't see you anymore. So if you haven't gone on and wish David a happy birthday. It is his birthday today, and we are going to have a fantastic day today.
Yes.
I hope you're having a fantastic day already. It's early, but there's no reason why you can't start celebrating your day right now.
Absolutely.
Sending you all love, joy, peace, happiness, and some really special healing energies to all of those in the world who are suffering, in our community who may be suffering, in hopes that they find some peace in their day today. We love you. Thank you for your support. We will be back here bright and early Monday morning, 6 a.m.
Not tomorrow.
Get your kettlebell if you do not have one, and get ready to change your life, basically.
Absolutely.
Change mine. Love you guys. Take care.